Police are investigating several armed robberies happening in a span of just a couple of hours.
Yeah, take a look. You can see here on this map the crimes taking place in several Chicago neighborhoods from the northwest side to the southwest side.
NBC5's Lisa Chavarria joins us live from the control center. And Lisa, do police believe that the same group is responsible for these?
Well, JC and Lauren, police are not saying just yet, but they are telling us that the victims in two of these robberies told investigators the men were in a blue sedan. Now, the victims of the other three say they were in a black sedan. So I want to start with the first two. Chicago police tell us there were two armed robberies in the Little Italy neighborhood. One happened on 15th and Emerald just after 9:30 last night. Then 20 minutes later, the other took place on Lexington and Loomis. Police tell us these victims were either walking or just standing on the sidewalk when armed men rushed up to them and took their belongings. Early this morning, police were still seen investigating another armed robbery, this one along LeClaire near Belmont in the Portage Park neighborhood. Around 10:30 last night, Chicago police say a 33-year-old man, who police sources say is an off-duty cop, was getting out of his vehicle. He says a black sedan pulled up, four men got out with handguns and a rifle. They demanded his belongings and drove off, going eastbound on Belmont. About a half hour later, in the Bridgeport neighborhood, police say two men armed with handguns came up to a 50-year-old man who was on 38th and Wallace, robbing him. Now, over in the Ashburn neighborhood, roughly 30 minutes later, police say a man was driving westbound on 83rd Street near Western Avenue. You can see how desolate that is, when a black Nissan pulled up alongside him. Four men got out with guns, took the man's belongings and his vehicle. Investigators say none of these victims were hurt. At this point, police are not saying if that same group, there's another group that was actually responsible for at least 10 robberies, I should say. And at this point, police are not saying whether or not that group is responsible for this latest set of robberies.